Paramsako Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasri Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shyam Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai Sri Jamuna Ganga Mai Bhakti Devi Tulsi Devi Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Gaur Premananda Haribo. All glories, dear some devotees. All glories, dear some devotees. All glory, dear some devotees. Jai Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 18, Text 12. Parikshit cursed by a Brahmin boy. Karmini Asmin Anashvase Duma Dumratmanam Bhavan Apayayati Govinda Pada Padmasavam Madhu Karmani Asmin Anavsvase Duma Dumratmanam Bhavan Apayayati Govinda Pada Padmasavam Madhu Karmani Asmin Anasvase Duma Dumratmanam Bhavan Apayayati Govinda Parapadmasavam Madhu Karmani Asmin Anasvase Duma Dumratmanam Bhavam Apayayati Govinda Parapadmasavam Madhu Karmani Asmin Avasase Duma Dumratmanam Bhavan Apayayati Govinda Parapadmasavam Madhu Karmani Asmin Anasvase Duma Dumratmanam Bhavan Apayayati Govinda Parapadmasavam Madhu Karmani Asmin Anasvase Duma Dumratmanam Bhavan Apayayati Govinda Parapadmasavam Madhu Karmani Asmin Anasvase Duma Dumratmanam Bhavam Apayayati Govinda Parapadmasavam Madhu Karmani Asmin Anasvase Duma Dumratmanam Bhavan Apayayati Govinda Parapadmasavam Madhu. Mataji's. Karmini asminanasvase Dhuma dhumratmanam bhavan apayayati govinda parapadmasavam madhu. Karmini asminanasvase Dhuma dhumratmanam bhavan apayayati govinda parapadmasamam madhu. Karmani, performance of, asmin, in this, anashvase, without certainty, dhuma, smoke, dhumra atmanam, tinged body and mind, bhavan, your good self, apayayati, very much pleasing, Govinda, the personality of Godhead, pada, feet, padma asavam, nectar of the lotus flower, madhu, honey. Translation. We have just begun the performance of this fruitive activity as sacrificial fire without certainty of its results due to the many imperfections in our action. Our bodies have become black from the smoke, but we are factually pleased by the nectar of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead Govinda, which you are distributing. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The sacrificial fire kindled by the sages of Naimisaranya was certainly full of smoke and doubts because of so many flaws. The first flaw is that there is an acute scarcity of expert brahmanas able to carry out such performances successfully in this age of Kali. Any discrepancy in such sacrifices spoils the whole show, and the result is uncertain, like agriculture enterprises. The good result of tilling the paddy field depends on providential rain, and therefore the result is uncertain. Similarly, performance of any kind of sacrifice in this age of Kali is also uncertain. Unscrupulous, greedy Brahmins of the age of Kali induce the innocent public to such uncertain sacrificial shows without disclosing the scriptural injunction that in the age of Kali there is no fruitful sacrificial performance but the sacrifice of the congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Sutta Goswami was narrating the transcendental activities of the Lord before the congregation of sages, and they were factually perceiving the result of hearing these transcendental activities. One can feel this practically, as one can feel the result of eating food. Spiritual realization acts in that way. The sages of Naimisharanya were practically sufferers from the smoke of a sacrificial fire and were doubtful about the result, but by hearing from a realized person like Sutta Goswami, they were fully satisfied. In the Brahma Vaivarta Purana, Vishnu tells Shiva that in the age of Kali, men full of anxieties of various kinds can vainly labor in fruitive activity and philosophical speculations, but when they are engaged in devotional service, the result is sure and certain, and there is no loss of energy. In other words, nothing performed for spiritual realization or for material benefit can be successful without the devotional service to the Lord. Karmani asminanasvase dhumratmanam bhavan apayayati govinda para padmasavam madhu. We have just begun the performance of this fruitive activity as sacrificial fire, without certainty of its results due to the many imperfections in our action. Our bodies have become black from the smoke, but we are factually pleased by the nectar of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead Govinda, which you are distributing. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chaksurun Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto his lotus feet. Mantratas Tantratas Chidram Desa Kalarha Vastuna Sarvam Karoti Nischidram Anusankirtanam Tava. In Srimad Bhagavatam it is stated, Mantratas Tantratas Chidram. Chidram means discrepancies. So there may be very many discrepancies about the mantras, the way the mantras are chanted, the tantra, the performance of the tantric sacrifice, desa kalarha vastuna, the time, the place, the circumstance, sarvam karoti nischidram, but all discrepancies vanish. Anusam kirtanam tava, when your holy name, my Lord, is chanted. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada quoted this in 1975 or 76 for the grand opening of the Vrindavan temple. Many of the local Brahmins were criticizing the devotees. They were chanting the different yajna mantras with their British or American accents, and the words weren't coming out exactly according to the Vedic conception. Srila Prabhupada even had some local Brahmin come. Was it 75 or 76? 75. The grand opening of the Vrindavan temple to chant mantras. But because devotees, Srila Prabhupada said, were chanting Hare Krishna, the kirtan was going on constantly. There was beautiful kirtan and dancing, chanting and dancing. Sarvam karoti nischidram. There were no discrepancies. Even the Brahmins were criticizing. There was no cause of criticizing. Because in this Kali Yuga, Kalair dosa nide rajan asti eko mahadguna. Kirtanat eva krishnasya mukta sangha parambhajat. In this Kali Yuga, which we know, Pranalpayusa Sabya Kaloas Menyuge Jana, Manda, Sumanda, Mata Yo Manda Bhagya. Men are short-lived, unlucky, quarrelsome, misguided, and always disturbed. At trifles, disturbed. Practically every other day in front of the temple, someone is incredibly disturbed. Devotees have to deal or walk around or somehow tolerate the disturbance. Even the vegan group came on Janmashtami, and they, I think, had video screens around their necks. They were disturbed because of course, many of us are vegans, and we're taking ahimsa milk, but they don't know that. I was very amazed that, why are you attacking us? Because in this Kali Yuga, everyone's disturbed. People are going mad. The political situation is madness. Nunam pramatak kurute vikarma. They're mad after sense gratification. President is talking on the phone to foreign countries to try to dig up dirt against his opponents. And they're saying, well, that's okay. Of course, when we were young, they were going to start the impeachment of such a character. I think his name was Nixon, President Nixon. So before they could impeach him, he quit. Unfortunately, the leadership in the country now is not so willing, I don't believe. But people are mad after sense gratification. Even so-called spiritual groups and spiritual personalities, so-called, Yene Ravindaksha Vimukta Manina, they think in their minds, I'm very spiritual. I'm experiencing bhava. I'm the bhakti man or the bhakti woman. But because they have no regard for the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, which is devotional service, there's rules and regulations to this process. You can't just claim I'm in bhava and do all kinds of nonsense activities in the name of so-called transcendence, spiritual sex life, spiritual, in their terms, spiritual sense gratification of so many types, and thinking I'm very advanced. You have to address me as Prabhu. I'm a master. But Rupa Goswami Prabhupada states is very simple. We should all know this nectar of instruction. Most important book on devotional service. Bhaja Vegam, Manasakroda Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udarapasta Vegam, Etam Vegam Yo Visaheta Dira Sarvam Apimam Pitivim Sasisyat. Vacha Vegam, Manasakroda Vegam. One has to control, Rupa Goswami Prabhupada says. Vacha Vegam, Manasakroda Vegam. The speech, the mind, the words, the anger, the tongue, the belly, the genital. It isn't just that we're uncontrolled and claim that we're automatically on the spiritual platform with no regard for Rupa Goswami Prabhupada and the 6 Goswamis and the nectar of instruction. No, we have to have great care and attention for the principles of devotional service. And devotional service is a science. Srila Prabhupada translated the nectar of devotion as the science of devotional service. So, if we study this science, just like Srila Prabhupada stated, the lawyer studies the law books, or the chemist, the doctor, studies so many cases, so many, they know every bone, they know every muscle, they know every form of disease. Doctor has to know all this. So we have to study the Vedic literature in such a way that we know all of the teachings of the Goswamis, of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his Shikshashtaka, of Srila Prabhupada, of Lord Krishna, of Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Here Srila Prabhupada is giving a quote from the Brahma Vaivarta Purana, oldest Purana. That Purana also states one wonderful, I was looking up the Brahma Vaivarta Purana, one wonderful simple mantra all of us can learn. Harinama, Harinama, Harinama eva kevalam. Kalo nasteva, 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 gatir anyata. In this age of Kali, is so simple. Past ages, one had to perform meditation, one had to do grave austerities and penances. We hear of Dhruva Maharaj fasting, just standing in one place, meditating. But in the Kali Yuga, Harinama, Harinama, Harinama eva kevalam. Chant the holy name of Krishna. Chant. Kalo nasteva, nasteva, nasteva. There's no other way. No other way. No other way. If we chant the name of God and dance as far as possible in ecstasy, what a wonderful spiritual practice. Chanting and dancing. Kaler dosa nide rajan asti he ko mahadguna. Kirtanat in this Kali Yuga is full of faults. Everywhere you turn, there's faults in Kali Yuga. Criticism everywhere, faults everywhere. But there's one good thing, Shastra states, Srimad Bhagavatam states. Astihi eko mahad guna. Eka means one, maha means great, and guna means quality. And what is that great quality? Kirtanadeva Krishnasya mukta sangha param vrajat. That just by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, one can become liberated soul. So this is our philosophy. Of course, there are rules, there are regulations. Sometimes people don't like, they hear the regulations of Krishna consciousness. Yesterday, Srila Prabhupada was giving one lecture. It was very heavy. That this sense gratification, sex life is disgusting. But those who are so-called yogi, and he was criticizing also, Hatha Yoga is just for the body. It isn't a spiritual practice. And they are disturbed when Srila Prabhupada presents that. So-called yogis and yoginis are disturbed. Sex life is disgusting. They're thinking sex life is the most beautiful thing. That's why I do yoga. To make it the best thing. But actually, Srila Prabhupada stated a fact. And they can't. We had one lady, she was coming to a program for the Temple Bhajan Band. She was a very good flute player. We had some program with devotees in South Central. And we were driving down and we were playing one tape of Srila Prabhupada. And of course it was all devotees and she was a spiritualist. So I thought she wouldn't have a problem. We played Prabhupada when we're traveling in the car. She said, could you please turn that guy off? And one of the Maharajis in the car, don't say that. She said, no, I don't want to hear him. So I stopped the vehicle. We were practically in South Central. It was an evening program. And I said, what's the problem? This is Srila Prabhupada. He's talking about spiritual life. He's our guru. We take what he says very seriously. And she uttered something. She couldn't stand it, or this thing or that. I said, well, we're playing this tape in this car, in this vehicle. Outside, you don't have to listen. That's your choice. So she got out of the car somewhere deep in South Central. Nothing against the people of South Central, but I don't think she was used to walking around South Central at 8 o'clock at night. Somehow or other, she made it to the program and played the flute, but also wouldn't return with the Temple Bhajan band. So-called spiritual people, Yene Ravindaksha Vimuktamanina. In my mind, I think I'm so spiritual. And then when something is actually spiritual, Srila Prabhupada speaking, devotees are mesmerized and feeling so much satisfaction and pleasure. All the devotees are very happy. But for those who are so-called, who are cheaters, they can't tolerate. They immediately have to leave. It's too difficult. It's too much. They want to hear how to improve their bank balance and how to improve their sexual gratification and how to improve. And to them, that is improvement of spirituality. But Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita says, reduce. Bhaja Vegam. Control the pushings. All of these things are called Vegams, pushings. The pushing of the mind, the pushing of the tongue, the pushing of words, the pushing of belly genital, the tongue. And that if one wants to make advancement in spiritual life and become spiritual master, and Srila Prabhupada said everyone should become spiritual master, at least introduce everyone to Krishna consciousness, become their Vartma Pradarshika. Is that it? Vartma Pradarshika Guru, one who introduces others. Or Shiksha Guru, one who gives instruction. That everyone, Jale Dako Taika Krishna Upadesh Amara Gyai Guru Hantare Dash. Everywhere you go, everyone you meet, give them Krishna consciousness, chanting and dancing. And the teachings of Rupa Goswami Prabhupada. And then you become guru. Srila Prabhupada wanted everyone to become guru. Rupa Goswami Prabhupada says to become guru is simple. Bhaja Vegam, Manasakrota Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udarapasta Vegam. We were recently in Las Vegas doing kirtan. And we stopped by the temple. I told him that verse was made for all of you. Bhaja Vegas, Manasakrota Vegas, Jiva Vegas, Udarapasta Las Vegas. This is the place of the pushings. That's why they call it Las Vegas, mixing the Sanskrit and the Spanish. Las, I think, is plural, isn't it? In Spanish? Or Los? Las Vegas. The many pushings, Las Vegas. So we have our own understanding of what is spiritual life. Just like the grand spiritual master of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Madhavendra Puri. Lord Chaitanya's spiritual master was Ishwar Puri. And Ishwar Puri's spiritual master was Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri was such a great devotee of Krishna. His devotional service is exemplified in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that one night he dreamt that Krishna came to him, Gopal, and was calling him that I've been buried here in Vrindavan by a bush, by the priest of the temple when the Mohammedans came so many years ago and attacked. The priest hid me, Gopal, and then he ran for his own life, and I'm here buried on the ground. Please come and get me. So Madhavendra Puri went to the villagers there and got them to come and dig up Gopal. And later, after they were serving Gopal so nicely, the deity worship so exemplary, the offering of foodstuffs, the arti, the dressing nicely, which is all part of devotional service, the most important part of hearing and chanting. The deity came, Gopal came to him again and said, because I was under the ground for so long, I'm overheated. Please, if you can go and get some Malayan, what do you call sandalwood, and bring it back. From which place was it? Jagannath Puri? Malaya. Wherever Malaya is, I think it's Malaysia. Not Malaysia? Malaysia. Jagannath Puri to get Malaysian sandalwood. That's it. Thank you. But on his way there, he stopped in a beautiful town of Remuna. This Madhavendra Puri, great devotee. And in Remuna, he saw that the deity was being nicely offered chira, sweet rice. And he thought that this Gopinath is getting sweet rice at the Remuna temple, that I would love to give that to my Gopal. But the food was not yet offered, so he figured I've committed a great offense. He left that place. But Gopinath understood the desire of Madhavendra Puri, such a great devotee. He hid one of the, 9 plates, 8 plates, 12? Several plates, bowls of kira. He hid one bowl of kira, therefore he's called Chira Chora Gopinath. Gopinath who steals the kshira. And he told the Brahmin in a dream, who was performing the puja, go to the market, get this Madhavendra Puri, and bring him this kshira because he wants to offer it to his Gopal. He wants the recipe, he wants to see how wonderful it is. So they went and they found Madhavendra Puri and they gave him the sweet rice. He was so overwhelmed. Such beautiful philosophy. And then when he went to Jagannath Puri to get the sandalwood with camphor, right? With the camphor, grind it together. He had so many assistants helping him bring it back. again Gopal came to him and said, if you grind it and offer it to this Gopinath, I'm the same as Gopinath. You put it on the deity of Gopinath, and my heat will cool off. I will cool off. So he did that for so many days, day in and day out, and Gopal was very happy. One who even hears the story of Madhavendra Puri is guaranteed devotional service. His devotional service was so exalted. So not that this is a cheap thing. I'm in Bhava. Oh, this is Bhava. It's not a cheap thing. But by chanting and dancing and following the rules and regulations gradually throughout lifetime, by accepting the bona fide spiritual master, by serving him and having great regard for the lotus feet of Krishna, devotional service to Krishna, we can come to that platform of devotional service and advance in such a way that even in this Kali Yuga, which is full of faults, we can come to a liberated, self-realized condition. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga.